I am Sara Friend, ranked 3rd globally with a survival record of 833 days. But then, I died. Not because the zombies were too strong, but because of an extremely stupid mistake. And I won't tell you what it was, because it was really stupid. But because of that, I'm going to show you how I survived that long. Nothing hidden. I've had enough of this game already. And now, I'm passing everything on to you. Most players don't die because zombies are strong. They die because of extremely stupid mistakes, not paying attention while setting up defenses. Weak defenses. Using weak weapons. And worst of all, not realizing it until it's too late. Watch until the end of the video. I'll show you how to survive to day 1000. Defense is what determines whether you live or die. But most players build based on feeling, walls placed randomly. The correct way to build is build diagonally. You can check a sample by going into the training area and walking backward a bit. This technique requires practice. Move gently and you'll be able to build a very solid wall. Next is placing spike traps. If you've reached around day 800, place spike mats right next to the wall. Why? Let me give you a simple example. Watch this firefighter zombie run across the spikes. It gets slowed down. Now imagine you shoot it, but it doesn't die. It still builds momentum and runs forward, biting straight into your wall. In early days, you won't notice it, but from day 700 onward, just a few bites like that, if not handled in time, your wall will disappear very quickly. Because the later it gets, zombies become faster, tankier, and deal more damage. Especially since each round goes by very fast, making it almost impossible to rebuild in time. You might think, just use stronger weapons and it's fine, right? No. This footage was recorded on day 767. Previously, one explosion could wipe out all zombies. But at this point, a muscular zombie takes up to 5 explosions to die.
Shut down.
Regular zombies need about 3. But the most important part is this, the firefighter zombie. It runs very fast. It almost reached my wall. Luckily, I detonated in time. You can't imagine the damage they deal after day 700. One bite might not break the wall, but when multiple zombies rush in, your wall will shatter instantly. You might ask, why not move and shoot instead of hiding behind walls? Sure, you can play like that. But if your goal is optimal defense, the answer is clear. Place spike mats right next to the wall. The principle is minimize zombie contact with the wall. After this section, if you want, you can place a saw blade here. Zombies will lose their legs, then crawl over the spike mat, meaning their speed is reduced to the lowest possible level. At this point, you already have a very solid defense line. Next, we install the turret. If you don't know how, just follow me. For example, if you want to equip a laser gun for the turret, don't put it in your primary or secondary weapon slot. Just click on the turret icon, and you'll see the laser gun appear in the list. You can do the same with any weapon. But if your goal is to build the strongest defense line, I recommend using Flint 67. Right now, it's the strongest weapon for turrets. And to prove that, now I'll compare Flint 67 with the M2 Browning, which is considered one of the top turret weapons, to see which one can kill zombies faster. Let's start with Flint 67.
I'll spawn 20 heavy armor zombies to see if it can handle the job.
The flames are already burning inside their armor.
Wow, just a little more. Amazing. The zombies almost reached the turret. Now let's check out the M2 Browning.
Show me what you can do, my boy.
Oh no,
I've got a bad feeling about this. We're done.
They destroyed the turret. So, the M2 Browning has been dethroned.
The best weapon to equip on a turret right now is Flint 67.
Also, there's something quite useful that not many people use: cctv. It allows you to spawn directly at the location where it's placed when the round starts. Very useful if your base is far away or if you want to reduce travel time. But remember, don't place it outside the wall or zombies will destroy it. Alright, we'll end the defense training here. If you have your own ideas, leave a comment below. I'll read all of them. And now, we move on to combat. To fight back against zombies, we need to understand their armor. Note, I'm only comparing helmet protection. The armor order is as follows. Lowest is Helmet Walker, next is Firefighter, equal to it is Armor Walker, higher is Heavy Armor Walker, and equivalent to it is Shield Walker. Here I calculate based on shield durability. Therefore, at each stage, you need to choose the right weapon to penetrate armor and survive. When Helmet Walkers appear, use weapons with suitable armor penetration. When Firefighters appear, upgrade to weapons with higher penetration. And similarly, when facing heavy armor, you need stronger weapons to adapt. You can choose to save money and buy a strong weapon immediately, or upgrade gradually through each stage to experience more weapons. Up to you. If you're not sure which weapon penetrates which armor, I've made a full weapon tier list video. I'll leave it at the end of the video. You can check it out later for more details. A fun fact, some equipment can be upgraded further, but very few people know this. Here's the list. The upgrade method is extremely simple. For example, with the Glock 17, buy it today, and the next day, its upgraded version will appear in the shop. This mechanism applies to all equipment on the list. As for fighting zombies, I find it not too difficult. Aside from running fast or spitting acid, most of them are quite similar. Basic movement and attacks. Hopefully in the future, the developers will add more mechanics to increase difficulty. What about you? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you've survived to day 100, congratulations. You're already better than many players. But from day 100 to 1000? It's simple. These are almost mandatory items, simply because they are very strong right now. For weapons, Captain Miller's M1911. For armor, Juggernaut Suit. If you don't like being slowed down, you can use a lighter armor set. Turret, Flint 67. And finally, partner, Mortar. If you're still confused, just understand this. These are currently the strongest items, and they still perform extremely well in late game, when zombies get faster, tankier, and deal more damage. One extremely useful tip that can save your life, you might not know this. Around day 800, the time between rounds is reduced to only 2 seconds. If zombies break your wall then, you'll have almost no time to rebuild. So what should you do? Follow me. First, eliminate almost all zombies, leaving just a few. Then, shoot their legs to slow them down, but don't kill them all. Next, continue until only one zombie remains. At this point, lure it far to the right. Now return to your defense line. While that zombie is crawling back toward you, you'll have enough time to rebuild walls or rearrange everything as you want. The farther you drag it, the more time you gain. Another extremely useful tip. When you're about to die, quickly tap the top left corner, choose to leave, then immediately re-enter the match. And just like that, you've escaped death. If you find these tips helpful, don't forget to leave a like. And if you're interested in the full tier list and armor penetration of all weapons in They Are Coming, check out that video. See you in the next one.